Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining our Artemis crew here. They have just made their entrance into Mars SOI, and so shortly they will be making their burn to, I don't know, they're making their orbital insertion burn shortly, and about 17 hours, kind of shortly, and then we can get on with the rest of this mission. So let's go ahead and take a look out here at the map. Yeah, that there is our hydrolock stage. It will impact the moon so as to not fling debris everywhere. These are our the fairing panels, which will fling off into deep space. I will delete those from the save game later because I don't know, they clog up memory or something. Use of resources best allocated for anything else, in hopes of keeping this install running smoothly, which works sometimes, doesn't work others. Oh well. Now let's go ahead and just speed this up a bit. Alright, 8 hours time. So for at least two of our adventures, I think Nina and retired comedian John Oliver, this is their first trip out of low Earth orbit, which makes it even better for them. Hopefully they'll be able to rank up. Although I think Valentina is our only level 2 pilot at the moment. Her having been the first Kerbal to successfully orbit and re-enter the... I think she was the first Kerbal to successfully orbit the moon and re-enter, and the second Kerbal to land on the moon. I think Yegor was the first. If not Yegor, then Alice. I can't remember, man. That was so long ago. I should really check to see how long this burn is going to take. It's not going to tell me until I fire up the engine. But it's 800 meters per second. No big deal. Oh, I can't read the time because the moon is too bright. 11 minutes. So sorry, we're going to have this less than ideal view of things until we get down closer to about the 6 or 7 minute mark, and then I'll go ahead and start the burn. I wonder if our periapsis has to be above 40 kilometers or below 40 kilometers. Seems like below would be more accurate. But let me just double check the contract. We can put that away. Above 40 kilometers. We are not above 40 kilometers. Alright, well, either way, we're going to insert into orbit. I can try to make adjustments to our periapsis here just while doing the burn. What's our burn time? 5 minutes, and we are 7 minutes out from the node. This does have limited ignitions, doesn't it? It's something like 36. Yeah, and I used one to adjust our approach to the moon. I just used another to start this, but with so many ignitions, it's really... I'm not worried about it. It's a lot... last time we were out here with a crew was on an AJ-10 with 4 ignitions, so this is obviously vastly superior technology. And power consumption is good still, I'm hoping. Oh yeah, we are charged up and topped off. And we've got something like 170 days of life support, so there's no issues there. Yeah, it's just a matter of waiting until this burn can complete. Alright, well, there's orbit. Only 600 more meters per second of delta V to go. Oh, we've gotten our periapsis above 40 kilometers, so let's just double check that on the contract. It has not given us credit for that. Fantastic. I guess maybe it's going to give us credit for these when we are... No, we're already in orbit. Oh well, we'll get our apoapsis below 225 and then see what happens. Okay, good. Our periapsis is still climbing. I'm not going to be overly concerned with how good of an orbit this is, but I don't know. There's a node there. I feel compelled to, like, point at it. Oh boy, now our periapsis is falling. So let me just adjust the roll so I can get it even command line here. You'd think you'd roll appropriately. You don't even want to do that. So this thing still needs lots of tweaking to its thruster placement again. Although, ironically, it didn't seem like much of a problem when I was trying to dock. Okay. There's 42 kilometers. So bring that nose down a bit. A very quiet engine. And with as bright as the moon is, we can't even see the exhaust. Yeah, we're going to dip below 41. Alright, I'm going to shut it down. And we're going to wait about 2 minutes and light it back up again when we're a little closer to our node. Yep, and there it goes. Oh well. A little before, a little behind. No big deal, right? Well, it's a good thing I have lots of ignitions. There we go. Now we're rolling. Wow, so let's just get angled in here. Good enough. Alright, well, there's an orbital insertion. We are 40 kilometers by 215, which should satisfy the requirements of the contract. Apoapsis below 225. Our apoapsis is below 225. It's about 10 kilometers below 225. What the shit, man? Our relative inclination between 120 and 140 degrees. We are at 100. Oh, I have to be below 140 degrees. Now I understand. Okay, well then. I'm going to use Mech Jeb for that. So, maneuver planner. Go away now, Mech Jeb. And no, I want to expand that contract and now fold you away. New inclination 129. Yeah, I was fidgeting with this a little bit earlier. Create node. 805 meters per second. Hold on. Okay, and yeah, our apoapsis should be... Okay, 671 meters per second. Huh. Let's just see what happens if we put it at well, let's go 139 just to make sure. Remove all nodes, create. That's only 396. I think that's worth it. And we can try to use that. Okay, that doesn't adjust any of our other levels. Good news, everyone. So, let's put that away. I just want to verify our delta V. Oh, come on, RCS. What are you doing? You have no need to do that. 1853, if I lock that tank. 958. Okay. So I'm going to keep that bottom tank locked. I'm going to count that as our get home free fuel. Although these numbers are with the lander attached, so we should see a significant bump. So spending 400 meters per second to satisfy this increasingly annoying contract shouldn't be that big of a deal. How long? 1 hour 31 minutes. Although why it's not giving us credit for our apoapsis. Yeah, 215 is less than 225, right? Am I messing that up? I really hope not. Okay, so let's get around to this node and get some business taken care of. Do. Alright, there's all that nice stuff. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, we can go ahead and compute our numbers early, actually. What I'm going to do is activate these other antennas. I'm going to tip a little bit off axis because this doesn't have an altitude requirement or anything like that. So we just kind of don't need it to be here anymore. So why not save the weight? Undock. Let's switch. Nope. Switch here. Unlock our fuel tank. Turn our RCS on. Oh, we can't because we don't have a connection. Fantastic. Where's Earth? Yeah, on the other side of the moon. So later on, we will be able to come back and move that out of the way. But it should have its own power supply, and it is charging. Excellent. Make sure that battery is topped off. Fantastic. Yeah, not a bad idea, really, that we just keep these fuel tanks locked. Although, I should have thruster control anyway. Why don't I? None of my thrusters are firing. That's not a good sign. Even on this little guy, none of the thrusters are firing. This could be very interesting. We'll have to come back and check that out later. In the meantime, we have a node to get to. For the big pay dirt here. Alright. So let's get clear of the lander section. If we can. This yeah, we're gonna clear it just fine. See, we're up to 1,047 meters per second just on what's left in our primary tank, not even including our get home gas. Alright, little lander, we'll figure out what's wrong with you in just a bit. Alright, so let's just time warp a couple of seconds into the future. There we go. Ullage our engine back in. And ignition. We'll just watch that inclination number change. Oh, good. Our periapsis is dropping. That's fantastic. One problem at a time. Okay. This should fulfill all of our requirements for our orbit. Apoapsis is at 216, which is less than 225. Periapsis is at 42. Was there an eccentricity requirement? That would have been nice to know. Okay, well, it is not counting our inclination between 120 degrees and 140 degrees, even though we are at 139 degrees, which is less than 140 degrees. Let's unlock this tank again. Hold this button. Come on. Hold that open, please. And continue to lower our inclination until it gives us a check mark. Come on. $137. Still not giving us credit. $136. We're going to have to shut down this burn soon. Alright, I'm going to leave it at 135. And our periapsis is below threshold, but it hasn't taken that into account either. So close, open. Okay. That's super interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't quite know what to do about that, so I'm going to hope that switching vessels and coming back to it might do something, but we'll take a quick save in case we get some kind of dumb error. And there's our lander, switch to. All right. So let's just swing him around the planet, or the moon is not a planet, certainly, until we can establish a connection with Earth. Should be just over the horizon here. Oh, hey, look at that. We are bouncing a signal. So let's take advantage of that. And turn on RCS. RCS is enabled. Yeah, that would be why my RCS ports weren't firing. It says RCS wasn't turned on. Good job. Good job. It takes all kinds. Alright, and get SAS fired up. Alright, and we want to make sure that we set the lander down somewhere that's got a view of Earth so that we can have independent comms with it. So really, if we can just try to land here in this crater, I think we'd be alright. So we can actually just go ahead and make that burn now. Which means, let's turn off angle a bit and decouple our impactor section. Actually, are those impactor thrusters firing? I don't see them firing. Is all of your fuel locked? All of your fuel is locked. Let's just do a quick verification. Okay, good. They fire. Lock you again. Decouple. Good day, little one. We'll see you soon. Alright. Get our gear extended. And land on the moon, shall we? Oh yeah, I should probably stage in the engines, huh? There they are. They will do a much better job. Alright, that's good enough. That does take us right over the crater. So I wonder if I have this suicide burn thing yet. What's our Delta V looking like? I do not have the tanks unlocked. I have just that one. I do not have these radial tanks. Which, why they have fuel missing and why they are off balance is a little beyond me. That is very interesting. We need to correct that. We need to correct that in a hurry. Alright, out, out. And that should be enough to top off all 4 of those. I really wonder how that got off balance. Perfect. And now all 4 of you can go away. What's our Delta V look like? 2385. That should be more than enough. What was the burn time on that? 8 minutes and 13 seconds. Good grief. Alright. Landing assist is where? Here we go. Goodbye, Mech Jeb. Goodbye. No. Whatever. Nothing here for suicide. So you know what? I'm going to take a quick save and give this automatic landing thing a try. Although, actually, you know what? No, I'm not. Because Mech Jeb tends to be wasteful. So, yeah, we'll just... No, I think I am going to try. Okay, land at target. Wow. What in the hell is going on here? Abort auto land. Pick target on map. Let's... There we go. Land at target. I don't know what the hell is going on with Mech Jeb, but this worries me greatly. Like a lot. I mean, you were already facing retrograde. I don't know what the hell you're trying to do now. But it's worrying me. It's worrying me quite a bit, actually, because this is just weird. Yeah, I'm not so sure I trust this abort. I'm gonna do this on my own. Sorry, Mech Jeb. But I'd like to hear from you guys if something like that is in any way normal whatsoever. How much delta V did we lose? Jeez. What else I've never done is attempt to run the seismometer. Log. Yep, okay, good. Cannot be done right now, that's fantastic. That should be pointing us towards our target. Ooh. That is a pretty picture, Earthrise. Alright, so we've got roughly 8 minutes of burn time. Let's see how long it's going to take to arrest our velocity. 8 minutes, 25 seconds. Almost exactly. Great. That node is in 10 minutes. Oh boy. So, yeah. Okay. I should have put airbags on it. We're going to go just about a minute past the node, maybe a little bit more. Or no, we're going to take our burn time about a minute past the node. Maybe a bit more, because we're already past that point. Where are we? Oh man, we're way up here. I guess we're really not that high. Yeah, 27 kilometers. Eek. Alright. We're gonna fire it up. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are we spinning? Oh man, come on. Alright, I'm gonna bring up all of these lateral tanks again and drain them from the center, because I think that we are off balance. Well, you wouldn't know it from those. They look to be almost on point. Out, out. Whoa, come on, man. What are you doing? Get back on the node. Come on. Oh, great. What in the hell is happening? Okay, this is turning into a fight. This should be fun. Alright, we're now draining from the lateral tanks exclusively, and this one is not draining. Or is it? It's just draining slower? Why is that one different? Alright, that's you. And you two can go away. Open up this one, in. Everybody loses today. Come on. Come on. Oh, jeez. What are we doing here? Well, hopefully when we burn off the fuel from these lateral tanks and have just the center one, we'll be back on balance again. I have no idea why one tank is draining slower than the others. It makes literally no sense to me. (1100 meters per second, 24 kilometers altitude. Oh, KSP, you're killing me. Come on, man. Oh, gosh. Come on, stay on target. Come on. Come on. No. We're losing so much speed. And, man, just having to keep that thruster firing. And now we've induced a roll. Whoa. No, 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 no. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Come on. What are you doing? Alright, shut down the engines. Get it back on track. In. Fire the engines again. It's like it's gotten so much worse. Okay, well there's a little bit of balance. A little bit better. In. Come on. Just get rid of that last little bit of fuel. So that I can have clean and easy controls. Alright, actual altitude is about 14 kilometers. Oh, those two lateral tanks are finally almost dry. I'm almost actually able to take my fingers off the controls and pay attention to all the other things, like our 13-kilometer altitude and our 500 meter per second speed. So let's just angle this in a little bit and see if we can't buy ourselves some time before we hit the ground. You are empty, you can go away. In. You are empty, you can go away. And look at that, we're back to stable. Oh, geez, that was absolutely horrible. 942 meters per second left in the tanks. I'm assuming all of these are dry. Not quite, but that's fine. These two are on a pretty even keel. (150 meters). Bump. Touchdown. We are down with 160 meters per second left to spare. None too shabby, I'd have to say. And after that, I proceeded to lock down the lander and try to get this science experiment to work. But the seismometer is doing the old thing where it just radios in instead of saying that it's turned on and ready to record an impact event. I went on with the experiment anyway, and you see me here kind of fiddling with the node, trying to get it to impact somewhere near the lander in case that had anything to do with its readings. So just a little bit of me tweaking a node here and there, and then getting it set up best I could. But it worried me a little bit that at least things from that contract were not checking off, same as before. The contract I just cleared was radio science from the surface of the moon, which I did after radioing in the seismometer experiment. It netted a little science, not as much as a recovery would have, but it's not behaving the way the impact sensors from RSS that I remember. But I went on like I said, I went on the experiment. Here we are trying to bring in this impactor section to hit the surface with more than like 21 gigajoules of energy, which I could have taken the time to figure out. Maybe this thing just didn't impart enough energy on its impact, although I certainly tried. We were going almost 2 kilometers per second when we finally plowed into a hill. Spoiler alert. Yeah. But that is a pretty view there, the Earthrise over the moon. I had to stop and appreciate that for a second. All right, and it looks like we're coming up on our hill. I'm just going to angle down to make sure, and then just start jetting right into it. There was a very nice near miss. But this is our actual impact site. Boom. All right, well, that's going to do it for this extra long episode. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And if you've got any ideas about the seismometer experiment or why possibly it didn't give any notifications here about a seismic impact detected, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know if I'm screwing this one up too. Anyway, that's going to do it for us today, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it, and I'll see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.